2, 1, пуск!
Ukraine has become a major flashpoint between Russia and the West. Its geostrategic position has rendered it absolutely vulnerable to the ongoing tensions between the West and Russia. Acting as a buffer between these two opposing blocs, Ukraine has had a very tough choice to make in the last decade. Russia does not want NATO in its backyard. That is non-negotiable. Ukraine's current dispensation wants not only to join NATO but also to be a part of the European Union. While much of the struggle is military and strategic, that is not the end of the story. Economy, resources, and the fight to lay claim to the abundant rare earth elements that Ukraine is immensely rich of are reasons to influence the country's political leanings. Russia or Europe? Owe allegiance to Russia as an erstwhile Soviet state or open up to the West? War of politics versus war over resources. Let's focus on Ukraine's natural resources, starting from oil and gas. Ukraine today holds the second biggest known gas reserves in Europe, excluding Russia's gas reserves in Asia, albeit largely untapped. When it comes to its natural gas, it has about 1.09 trillion cubic meters, which is an unimaginable amount, but to give you an idea, it's enough to be stretching around the earth multiple times. This is second only to Norway's known resources of 1.53 trillion cubic meters. But ironically enough, Ukraine relies on gas imports, and it's mostly because USSR started large-scale gas extraction in Siberia in the 1970s. So much of gas exploration and production was transferred to Russia, and as a result of this, Ukraine's resources remain untapped. Currently, Russia supplies between 40 to 50% of Europe's gas consumption through the Nord Stream 1 gas pipeline and the Ukrainian network. Germany gets 55% of its natural gas from Russia, and much of it goes through Ukraine, which earns them their transit fee that is equivalent to $7 billion. That's about 4% of Ukraine's GDP. While these enormous gas reserves remain untapped, the country is still a key to the gas transport from Russia to Europe. In the year 2019, Moscow and Kyiv signed a transit agreement that allows smooth transfer of Siberian gas to the European Union through Ukraine's large gas transportation system, despite unilateral sanctions by the United States of America. To feed the energy-hungry Europe, Russia initiated Nord Stream 2 gas pipeline in order to transport natural gas, which would be reliable, affordable, and sustainable. This also means that the US is nowhere near the gas race. But Gazprom's Nord Stream 2 pipeline through the Baltic Sea might have hit a major roadblock, with Russian President Putin recognizing the breakaway regions of Ukraine, of Donetsk and Luhansk. Aside from natural gas, Ukraine is loaded with natural minerals like coal, iron, titanium, and other non-metallic raw materials. Russia's fight with Ukraine will have a spillover effect on the coal and electricity sector. Last year, India had imported coal to meet the domestic coal shortage, and with the Russian invasion of Ukraine, that supply chain is going to take a hit. Ukraine's natural resources are enormous, with exactly 5% of Earth's natural mineral resources. Ores like titanium, iron, and non-metallic raw materials are major Ukrainian exports. So, are the following where corn, about $4.7 billion in dollars, seed oil, iron ore, wheat, and semi-finished iron are exported mostly to Russia, China, Germany, Poland, and Italy. Let's talk about precious metals now. In 2019, Ukraine was the fifth largest exporter of iron ore in the world. In the same year, iron ore was the third most exported product in Ukraine. Titanium and lithium are some of the most precious metals on the planet today. Why? Let's explain. Lithium. In Ukraine, lithium fields are concentrated in Kirovhard, that's a field, Dobra, in Donetsk, that is another breakaway faction within Ukraine, and Zaporizhzhia oblasts. But there is no mining work happening in this area at the moment. The Donetsk and Dobra mines were up for grabs, and there has been a stiff competition between Australia-listed European Lithium and Chinese Chengxin Lithium. All want a foothold in the European lithium industry. The other important element, titanium. According to some estimates, up to 20% of the proven world reserves of titanium ores are located in Ukraine. But it is one of the few countries with a closed-loop production in the titanium industry, from mining and processing of titanium ores to manufacture of finished products. So is this a race for Ukrainian resources?